Yeah, it's nice. Obviously, a series win is what we set out for at the start of the series, and now hopefully we can go again tomorrow. But yeah, I think the cricket we've played over the last couple of games, both different sort of victories, but the way we've played and the conditions that we're familiar with has been pleasing.
What's been the most satisfying part of the performances from the team's point of view?
I think just the way we've played. As I said, two different types of wins, and that shows the side's not like we can win in different conditions, different scenarios of the matches, and I guess just coming back to conditions that we know well and a game plan that we know and trust. Yeah, I think obviously with the nature of having to get two games out on the same surface, there was probably going to be a little bit in it yesterday morning, and I think the way that they bowled and they made it tough, very tough for our batsmen, and it took an exceptional knock from Broomy to get us to a position where we could defend it. But I think as we saw as the game went on, the wicket got better. It's probably nature of the wicket here is it tends to be quite slow, so we're preparing for that tomorrow.
Was there any concern within the team that you couldn't piece together the kind of partnerships you want? You got a couple over 50, one person went on and got 100, that you didn't get the big partnerships you might have had on the top order?
I think that was the nature of the wicket. I think especially early on, it was tough for the batsmen. The ball was sort of holding the wicket, and they bowled in good areas for long periods of time, which made it even tougher. And as I said, it took an exceptional knock from Broomy to get us through that, and a few contributions later down the order, which they weren't the big partnerships, but in a total like 250 they were massive. The Ronke and Broom partnership and even the Neesham Broom partnership were massive in getting us through to that 250. Again, I think it's the conditions we know. We know we need to keep taking wickets, and even when they were sitting at 100 for one, probably in the box seat, and then the run out was a massive turning point for us, and then we were able to I guess keep attacking and keep taking wickets at regular intervals, which we know works for us in one day cricket.
So how much do you contain and how much do you attack those sort of circumstances?
Well, I think you've always got to look to take wickets, and I guess that means you have to attack. If we had sat there and been on the defensive, then they probably would have got through to 150, 160 for two or three, and then obviously it's hard to try and catch up. So I think the mindset's always trying to take wickets through that middle period, and if you do that, then it makes if you're bowling first, it makes that back end of the innings a lot easier, and obviously if they're chasing it applies a lot more pressure when it comes to chasing.
As part of that skill, you say take the pace off. I love it. Came on with those wickets just by slowing it down.
Well, I think initially it was to try and sneak through a couple of overs, the two left-handers on, and then I think he surprised himself and the way he bowled, and it was nice to see him back bowling and taking wickets. So I think it was just an option we have going forward as well. And on the wickets like this, where it tends to be a little bit slower, but that was a massive period in the game for us. He managed to come in and pick up those three wickets, and obviously with the run out as well, it was a big part in the victory in the end. We know going to Bangladesh isn't easy, so we want to try and make it as tough as we can for them when they come here. A lot of the guys that have been to Bangladesh know it is a tough place to go, and they're great cricketers in their own conditions, and they're always improving game by game overseas, and so yeah, they've got a lot of experience in their lineup, so we know that we can't, although the series is done and we've won that, we know that we can't relax tomorrow. They're a quality side with a lot of experience, so we know that we have to be on top of our game again tomorrow. Yeah, well, it's not high on the priority list. Obviously tomorrow is to go out and win the game, and then like we do after most wins, we'll probably sit around the change room and enjoy each other's success, and then I think we'll come back here and spend a bit of time together as the team with the team, and yeah, it's just another night for us. It's part and parcel of being a cricketer. You tend to miss out on your Christmas days and your New Year's Eve celebrations, but it's a sacrifice you have to make.
The two lowest scores post that out of 6, like is that a ground that you still can't do that little bit about as well?
No, I think the wicket's different every time you turn up. It's The conditions obviously with 2 matches that had, as you said, it had to have a little bit in it early on, probably to last us through to the 2 matches, and we know tomorrow is going to be slow again. So and obviously the opposition's been different every time as well. So those variations are naturally going to happen. Yeah, obviously Pookie Parker ground. He's probably fancies when he walks out to bat, and I saw the highlights this morning. There's a lot going to what he calls Foo Corner, so it's nice to see that's back.